So, hello everyone. A very good afternoon, good morning, and good evening. I welcome you all to Homeopathy Musings. So, today we are starting with our session that is a sneak peek into a contemporary homeopathy. It is exploring core concepts through the real life cases for practical insights and clarity. So, today our speakers they will share their real life cases with us and how they solved it with the modern homeopathic concepts. It will be a very incredible session. Before moving forward, I will just give a quick look at our upcoming and ongoing courses. So we have this ongoing course coming. It is ongoing. That is enhance your practice, reversing chronic disease with effective nutritional guidance by Dr. Nandita Shah ma'am. The course is already ongoing and the sessions are pending. And if you want, you can register and get access to the previous sessions. Then today evening, we have this another 2-hour webinar session by Dr. Ashok Borkar sir on managing pathologically advanced cases with homeopathy. The session will start at sharp 7 p.m. Then we have another psychiatric course coming, that is practical application of homeopathy in psychotic disorders by Dr. Prajakta Vaidya ma'am and Dr. Preeti Shah ma'am. There will be 2 sessions, that is on the 1st and 15th of the September, and registrations are still going on. If you want, you can register soon. Then after these 3 versions of basics of contemporary homeopathy, now we are starting with the version 4 of basics of contemporary homeopathy by our renowned team of homeopaths. And as a part of it, you will get to know today in the session, you will get just a sneak peek of this course and how the basic contemporary concepts of homeopathy helps to solve the cases in our practice. Then after our incredible 2 journeys with plants and animals, next year in 2026 from January, we are starting with our 1-year whole journey, 40 plus sessions with minerals, that is musings minerals. And there will be the speakers will be the renowned homeopaths and the masters, and there will be a Q&A sessions from the masters by Dr. Mahesh Gandhi sir and many other homeopaths, and it will help us to strengthen the fundamental lead by the Sholton and Sankaran sir. That is decode the periodic table using integrative approach with classical and contemporary homeopathy. The registrations now are started and the early bird ends on the 30th of November. It will be a really great and insightful journey with minerals, and you will get to know much more in detail. Before starting our today's session, I will just give a quick look at our upcoming basic hygiene factors. Mute your lines all the while the speaker is speaking. Keep your videos on, which helps in the interaction and avoids temptation to multitask. Raise your hands while the speaker is explaining. All the questions and comments will be addressed at the end of the session. Please do not scribble on the screen as it is very disturbing. Please make notes, share your experiences, and enjoy. If you have any difficulties or questions regarding any course or anything, we'll be very much happy to help you. You can contact on the given contact details. I would not take much time and I will quickly hand over to Chandra ma'am.
Okay.
Hello ma'am.
Hello. Yeah. Let me share my screen.
Yes ma'am. Yes ma'am.
So you can see my screen.
Yes ma'am.
Should I expand? बड़ा करूं? Or is okay?
Little bit zooming will help full ma'am. Yeah, perfect. Thank you.
Okay, then, but I have to close this video then. Anyway. My voice is okay?
Yes, ma'am, it's audible.
Okay. So, hello everybody. So, I'll show you a case and I've written it as I took it in the clinic, whatever the patient told me. In that order, I've written it down. Okay. So, let us start. So, this 73-year-old female came to me on 2nd December 24 for psoriasis over the feet since 1 year. So, there was a lot of itching on the soles, especially at night. And because of that, she could not sleep. And then she had to apply those ointments on the soles. Then she would walk around, the whole floor would get sticky, so she was forced to wear socks, and so there was a lot of discomfort for her. Okay. Also, she had flat foot, and she was walking stick. She was using a walking stick because she had some balancing issues. Okay. Then the cracks in the feet would bleed often, and there was intense pain on walking. Okay. And then once she fell down, after that, her right ankle was also paining a lot. Okay. So when I saw her feet, no, her both the feet were swollen, even the ankle was swollen, especially the right one. And it had that look, little deformed look. How people with high uric acid have. This lady also had a high uric acid level. So her feet were little deformed. Yeah. Some small gouty tophi were there in her feet. Hmm? Then she told me she loves to eat spicy food, pickles, chili, masala, and oil. You know, her son said we tell her not to eat, but she continues eating. She doesn't listen to us. Hmm? Then the thirst was 2-3 liters per day. Then on her own, she said, my husband died 4 years back due to COVID. And since then, there's no desire to eat. So my voice is okay, right?
Yes, yes. We can hear you very well.
Okay, fine. Okay. Okay. So after her husband died, she had no desire to eat. And the urine, she said, I must go immediately. Okay, which is expected, no? She's 74 years old. Yeah. And there was a past history of uterine prolapse for which she had undergone a hysterectomy. Also, she had chest TB in the past. And there's a family history of blood cancer, sciatica, and Parkinson's disease. Then she said, my sleep has become less since my husband died. I have not recovered since he died. Okay. So, uh, he said, I have two sons, and this patient is coming for homeopathy for the first time, So I just told her, tell me about yourself, whatever. So she just spontaneously, she started talking and she was very chatty. Yeah, I didn't have to prompt her much. Yeah. So she said, I have two sons. Earlier, they had good relation. I feel they must live together, but now they are living separately. Earlier they used to live, like I think there was ground floor and first floor they were living. But then the younger son has shifted to Pune. Okay, so she said, I will take this sadness with me that my kids stay separately. My sons don't talk to each other. My grandson doesn't study. So this lady, she stays with her elder son in Bombay, and the younger one is in Pune. Okay. So she said, my grandson in the one in Bombay, he doesn't study, and his parents they hit him a lot, you know. And she said, I feel very scared, he might run away from the house because of the spanking. Then she said, both my sons are nice, they look after me. Even both my daughter-in-laws are nice, they look after me. But this my sons don't get along, you know. Like after marriage, they changed, which is normal, no? It happens once the wives come in, some dispute happens and relation gets spoiled. Yeah. So same thing happened in this family. Saying earlier my sons were together, and it is not that there's some money issue or a property issue that they don't talk to each other, Nothing like that is there, but still they don't talk, you know. And he said they don't behave like brothers. They don't look at each other's faces, which is very, I don't like it, like they should be nice to each other. They should talk. They should communicate, whatever. And she said we were 10 siblings and we still have a lot of love for each other. My daughter-in-law would wait for my other son for dinner. Like earlier when this both the sons were living together, the elder one was married, and that time this daughter-in-law would wait for dinner for that younger son to come. That time the relation was good, but somehow when the younger son got married, some but happened. Okay, so this lady says they must talk and stay together. If you talk with love, then relations are maintained. Then she says, my son should not hit my grandson or he will run away. And my son and the daughter-in-law, they're working whole day and the grandson is playing all the time. And the grandson is very naughty. He doesn't listen to me. He's studying in 10th grade. Now, 10th grade is very important. So his parents are very after him, to study. And that guy not interested in studies. He's playing whole day. And then he gets a spanking. And then this grandmother, this patient gets very hyper. Okay, suppose what if he runs away? What will we do? How will we find him? Yeah, that way. Then she said, I don't sit idle. I like cleanliness. I like singing and dancing. And I write a lot. Some poetry or something she's writing. I don't remember. And she said, my everything is here. My other son lives in Pune and he lives in a rented house. And like she's, like dying to meet her other son. She wants to go to Pune, to be with the son and that daughter-in-law and their grandchildren. But because of this grandson who's not studying here, she's scared, so she's living here. She said, I will go to Pune only after he finishes exams because she's scared he'll run away, whatever. Okay. So much worry is there. I will get Samadhan. I will go to Pune once his exams are over. Then I will go to my other son. Okay. Then she talked about her relation with her husband. She said, my husband and I would fight a lot, but we would start talking within an hour. He was very nice to me. We were very good bond we had. And then on her own, she said, even if she has some balancing issues and all, she'll call for a rickshaw and she'll go for the senior citizen group meetings and have a lot of fun with all the friends there. And then she said, my husband, like he died of COVID, and that time no visitors were allowed. No, so he said I could not meet him before he died. So I have a lot of grief about that. Then her son was around during the consultation, and my son said, "Arey, nothing like that. I talked to my brother. What is she saying? Like after marriage and all, like we have our own lives. We are busy. We don't meet so much. She's making a big issue about this. But then we have to see the patient's perspective, right? So he said she takes a lot of tension of the family and she's quite bossy. She's saying if she wants everything immediately, whatever she wants it fast. And her earlier husband would do all now, but now husband is not there. So she's demanding with her son. And she herself was working as a clerk in a government office. And coming back to the patient, she said, I would do all my work properly in the office. I would never shout. I would talk sweetly with everybody. I had good relations with all the staff. They still remember me. They still call me, And she also said narration with my siblings is very nice. We all sisters meet. We talk a lot. We have a lot of fun, lot of gappa, maja we do, Then we talk nicely to each other. But again, coming back to the same thing, But my two sons don't talk much. Okay. So you're saying, doctor, what relations are important now? Both the brothers should help each other. Be happy with what you have. Don't talk of money and all. And both the grandchildren, they want to meet each other. But my son doesn't send his son to Pune. Okay. So that is a grief, Okay, all the grandchildren should meet and bond. He said, we siblings have no ill feeling between us. And actually, earlier what had happened, this elder son is not much educated. I think he's just done 12th or something, but he worked very hard. And then he funded the education of his younger brother. Okay. and he made him an engineer. You see, earlier the relation was so good. This brother did so much for his younger brother. Yeah. Now why they're not talking? Now where is the love gone? Yeah. So that is her concern. And then she said, my sons are very nice. They help me a lot, more than any girls, and more than the girls would have done. Okay. And and she said, I gave money to my brother to buy land in the village, and he didn't return the money, but I still meet him. I feel he will return the money. You know, so she still meets him. She doesn't want to break relations with him. And behind her back, her son was saying he's not going to pay the money. Okay, but still, she had no. She said it's okay, even if he doesn't pay, it's okay. Yeah. Then she said my nails become black. Hmm. Then she said I give food to my building watchman. My daughter-in-law earns more than my son, so she scolds him at times. For her, money is important. But doctor, money is only for needs, no? And she's saying, I'm independent. I spend my own money. I get some 31,000 as pension, which is enough for me. So I don't ask for money from my son. Her uric acid was high, 7.04. And the normal range is between 2.4 to 5.7. Okay. So this is what she told me. So let me show you the pictures. So this is the one sole, and you can see the deep cracks here. Yeah. This is the other foot. So all very deep cracks are there. Again, a very deep crack here from the other side. And this is after 3 months of treatment. Yeah. So she came in December. This is in March. Little dryness is there, but more or less, and it is not getting worse or anything. She's stable. She's well. Even her ankle pain is less. Okay. So anyone wants to uh, uh, tell me, like, share any insights about the case? How will you approach such a case? Anybody wants to try? Relationship is important. Yeah, it's very important for her relationship. Nitric acid. Yeah, she's quite independent and quite self-willed. Arsenic iode. Symphytum, affectionate lady. Cardias. Emotional feeling of patient, bondage, dryness on the feet, cracks. Kali self. Harmony desire for. Okay. Hmm. Okay, let me show you what I did. Two more. Triticum vulgaris, vanilla, theme of family, indicates fourth superclass. Okay. Why animal kingdom? Animal theme is not there, no, in this. There's no superior, inferior, no victim, aggressor, nothing. Yeah, mammal, they want to be together, but there's no animal theme in this case. Mineral kingdom. Mineral kingdom, what will happen? There will be lack or loss of structure, whatever. Okay, to me, it didn't look like a mineral kingdom. So what we have is miasm not clear. Miasm not clear. Okay. Anyway, so let me show what I did. Yeah. So so 15 days after the remedy, the itching stopped. I mean, the itching became less by 60 to 70%. Yeah. So I'll just show you. So I repertorized the case. Yeah. So what rubrics I took? I took cracks, fissures, feet, soles, eruptions, psoriasis, psoriasis, itching in the night, desire for spicy, desire for pickles, aversion to vegetables, then death ailments from aggravated of loved ones. Then discords aggravate ailments from relatives, friends between, desire to dance, and sympathetic, compassionate, pain, ankles right, flat feet, company, desire for family, sadness, separation from friends, family aggravates. Yeah, because you kept on saying this, huh? Uric acid diathesis, prolapse uterus, and chest TB. Okay, I just wanted to add some pathological rubrics also to this case. Okay, then I repertorized. Okay, so what does the repertory chart show? It is showing me so many options like natramure, sulfur, arsenic, phosphorus, sepia, lycopodium. Someone said nitric acid. Yeah. Pulsatilla, graphitis, china, mercury, phosphoric acid, etc., etc. Okay. So, but this repertory is just a guide, it is just giving me an idea, general idea. Okay. But suppose you apply sensation method to this case. Yeah. So, like I said, there is no animal theme in this remedy, right? Because there's no victim aggressor, no superior inferior, nothing. Yeah. And even mineral, she was quite a confident lady and she did not say, uh, uh, she did not express any feeling of loss or lack or anything. Yeah. And please stop scratching, Rutuja. Yeah. Okay. And then, like, she was very, very sensitive to the issue, that her sons don't get along. Yeah. The grandchildren don't meet. That was a sensitive point. Yeah. So I felt that she's belongs to the plant kingdom, right? So plant kingdom, like uh, everyone is aware of the plant chart in this group. I don't know. So let me see what they are saying. So Malvalis, Natrum group, and Phonium, Triticum, Sulfur. Okay. So I want to give something from the plant kingdom. Yeah. And so I had that in mind. Okay. And then I said, let me focus on few rubrics. Yeah. Few rubrics I want to focus on, which are very important. My remedy has to cover these 3 rubrics. Okay. So I use the eliminative function and MAC repertory. So which are the important rubrics for me? Psoriasis, I take a broad rubric where many remedies are there. So I get a good option. Then uric acid, which is very important. Her feet are like her legs, feet are deformed because of the uric acid. And also the right ankle was very swollen. Hmm. And see the other rubrics I added to it, but I didn't add in my eliminative chart because see these are small rubrics, nine remedies. So I take a broad rubric like eruption, psoriasis. Itching in the night is common, no? When people are idle, people itch, right? So I don't want to take that. Desire for spicy pickles. Now this lady is from the Maharashtrian community, and it's normal for them to have spicy. Okay, so I did not take this in the eliminative chart. Vegetables aversion, I didn't feel it was so important, and I said I must take something pathological. So I took pain ankles right, and I took this uric acid dithemia. Okay, so I took this 3 rubrics as eliminative. I want my remedy to cover these 3 rubrics for sure. Okay. So then I got these 3 or these many options. Yeah. Natramure, sulfur, lycopodium, china, caribai, thuja, rustox, chelidonium, ledum, and ginseng. Yeah. So now let's rule out. She's not natramure, right? There's no issue of third row issue of identity, all that. Yeah. Sulfur, she doesn't seem to be sulfur. She's not that proud and arrogant, I know everything type. Lycopodium, no. China, China is from the 6th subclass. Hmm? China is from the 6th subclass where those people take responsibility for the whole, like for not only for the family, but for the whole group also. Then we come to Kali Bai. Kali Bai is row 4, where the issues of roti kapda makan, like food, money, shelter, home, all that. Yeah, so that is not an issue. Thuja is I'm brittle, I'm fragile. That is not her case. Rustox, Rustox is from subclass 5. Yeah, in the plant remedies in the plant kingdom, and it has to do with right and wrong, morals, uh, all that. Yeah, Chelidonium is subclass 1. This lady is quite mature. She's not subclass 1 will be like row 1 of the periodic table. Do I exist or not? So that kind of feeling you don't get from this lady. She's very developed. Yeah. Then I see Leadum, then like I brighten up. Yeah. Leadum is a possibility. It is from subclass 4. And what does subclass 4 is about? Subclass 4 is about food, nutrition, love, caring, and all that. Yeah. Yeah. And this ginseng is from, I think, subclass 5, if I'm not mistaken. And I see what rubrics Dedum is covering. It's covering the psoriasis, it's covering the itching in the night, and it's covering the pain ankles in the right ankle. Yeah. Then it covers the uric acid dithemia. It also happens to cover the prolapsed uterus and the chest TB. Yeah. So I go with Leadum. Yeah. And I give her Leadum 200, like 1 dose. And after 15 days, her itching is reduced by 60%. Yeah. So then just to tell you about the subclass 4, I wanted to check what are the other remedies which are coming in subclass 4. Yeah. And then I see which remedies are covering the uric acid dithemia. I think for me that is very important because the uric acid problem has to be covered. Yeah. So it is covered by Ledum, Bryonia, Colocynth, Kalmia, and Rhododendron, etc. So that's why this also I go with Ledum. Okay. Yeah. So then this is about the plant chart and all. That all will be teaching in the course, right, Prajakta? Yeah. How I came to this subclass 4. So Any questions are there about what I gave? So just to tell you in brief, this is the plant chart, and most of you might be aware of it. So this is subclass 1, which is like row 1 of the periodic table. This is subclass 2, which is like the left side of row 2. Subclass 3 is the right side of row 2. And subclass 4 is like row 3 of the periodic table, where again the issues are similar. So here it is about food, nourishment, family, all that. And initially this is here they're in the womb stage, and slowly they are growing up as they go down. And as you go down, you see this ericalis, the needle comes in the ericalis. So this is the adult stage in this remedy, in this column. And this lady, she's quite strong, she's quite obstinate, she's independent, can have my own income, and she's not dependent on anybody. And all the rubrics are covering. So I said, Lidum is a good match for her. Yeah, and it worked wonders. So like this, like if you combine your repertory, you see the sensation method, you combine it with the personal evolution method, you can come to a remedy quite fast, and it will be very effective also. So any questions are there, or any comments or anything? Triticum is Samina suggested triticum. Triticum is a monocotyledon. This lady is quite selfless. She's not selfish at all. Yeah. And symphytum is in subclass 6. Okay. Subclass 6 is person who takes up responsibility for the whole world. Here she is taking responsibility only for her family, which is subclass 4. And Kalias is somebody who doesn't trust their family. She is trusting her family. She's only unhappy that they don't get along, they don't go together. And this Kaushल्या, you're right. The theme of family group bond indicates 4th superclass. And Anita, I don't know what is this remedy. I've never heard of it. Yeah, what is it? So, no questions, no queries. We'll move on to the next.
Yes, yes. Very, very nice case and Leadum. I think it was a great choice, and how you came to it, with understanding of the mind, the symptoms, physical symptoms, and understanding this plan chart also. So I think that is important, no? Because then we will come to our very common remedies like sulfur and graphitis and Kali sulf and all of that. What is the central theme and how do we understand that? So I think it was a very nice understanding.
And we'll be teaching you more about this plan chart and all in our this thing. Like I've written down briefly, but it may be very too overwhelming if you are not aware of the chart. So this all will teach you in the course, right?
Yes.
So what I've told you, that I think it should suffice for now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So
beautiful case. Thank you. Thank you for sharing.
okay, most welcome. Yeah. I'll stop sharing.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you so much for this wonderful case, ma'am. I would like to request Kamlesh sir if we can start or if you want to start with the case.
So, hello everyone, and nice to see you all over the globe, and many faces are familiar. So, nice to see you here. So we have just witnessed a very wonderful case by Dr. Chanda, and what there are some important things about this case, a lot of learning, how to synergize everything, how to stepwise deduct to exact simillimum, and what to consider. And I think in my case also, we are going to do the same. Uh, and we will try to revise all this concept. And I am very sure that even while reading the case, all of you will come to the same remedy. So let me try and share the screen. Okay. Is it good? Okay. So the name of the case is My Own World, and you will come to know why we are thinking about this name, My Own World. So basically, this is a case of 63 years old female patient, and she was referred to us by one of our colleague for uncontrolled diabetes, and her weight was average, and she was housewife. So generally, we started with tell me about your complaint. So she said, I have fear of diabetes, and because of that, my sugar level keeps on increasing. So um, what is important here, what to ask, the next question is very important, because proper questions will lead us directly to the remedy, and we can avoid lot of information in case. Otherwise, if we have very long case, then we will be completely confused. I hope, I believe this may happen with you too, that if we have lot of stories from the patient, lot of information, then at the end we don't know what to consider. So it is very important to ask specific questions during case taking, which will lead to the individualization. What is the perspective, Dr. Chanda said? What is the perspective? Because that is what matters most. That determines the individuality of patient. So we are not treating here psoriasis, we are not treating here diabetes, but we are treating the particular individual. And how to understand that individual is through perspective. So what is here important in her first sentence is her fears. So what we will ask? We will ask, talk more about this fear. So our questions must be open-ended, right? So she replied that I have fear about this disease, diabetes. I mean any disease. Even if I get simple fever, then I get frightened. I fear to go to the doctors also. My blood pressure rises even before going to these big hospitals. I'm not afraid of our family doctors only. And can you imagine who these family doctors may be? Definitely, these family doctors are homeopaths. No instruments, no big hospitals, polite, mildly speaking. Can you understand? Now, okay, are you getting started to get the feel of the patient? But even if I have to check my sugar level, then I get frightened. So tell me more about this fear. What exactly happens to you? So patient added that actually I'm not willing to go there. Reports show that my sugar level is elevated, but my heart is not ready to believe. Why do I have this disease? I follow strict routine. I am taking balanced diet. I do regular pranayama. Though I am not able to go for regular walks, still I am doing exercises. And yet my sugar level are high. And I feel like saying, see doctor, my sugar level is under control without medicine. So can you taste the feel of her narration? What she wants to say. that she wants to control this disease, diabetes, only through just following instructions, not taking any medicines, not taking hypoglycemic agents. And that is very, very, very important. If you can write what is the significance of this. So it is appreciable. If you can comment something on the case, whatever expressions she is saying. Okay. So then again, I asked still more about this fear. What exactly happens there? Oh, I think how we have covered this. Hmm. I feel like to prove and show to the doctor. No, without taking medicines also, if you follow balanced routine, we can bring the sugar within normal limits. So this is her task. This is what she want to achieve. Are you getting this? Mhm. And her husband added that in last 2 months she is being such a discipline in routine and diet, but still sugar level is high. Previously HbA1c was up to 7 and now it is 12. So this is the problem. So what happens to you when you see the reports? Because she is concerned for the reports, high sugar level. So now it's our duty to ask what happens to you when you see the reports. Because we don't want reports, we want what she perceives, what is her perspective of reports being higher. So this is how we are trying to understand her perspective, her individuality, what she thinks, what how she perceives her disease as. And patient replied, I am not ready for this. I gather all my courage to go there and get the investigations done. But before reports come, oh my God, lot of strange movements are there inside. And she moved her hand like this, if you can see me, like halchal, what we say in Hindi. So lot of halchal is there. So now what to ask at this stage? What is most important? If anyone can comment, what is deeper? What needs to be asked? Dr. Parul said very truly, exactly. She wants to control, but she can't, and this indicates cancer visor. So how see how clearly you can observe things, but after asking proper questions, right? Yes, true. So here is the gesture. Patient is at energy level. So ask about halchal. Very true, Dr. Saraswati. And we did the same. Tell more about this halchal. What you did with your hands. Tell more about this. So she said, dhad, 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 dhad. I pray to God that bring my sugar level within normal limits. And I will give you a bag full of sugar. And she is bribing the God that bring my sugar level down and I will bribe you with bag full of sugar. This is very interesting, no? And I said the same to my family doctor also. And it came down once with his treatment. Then again keep on increasing, increasing, increasing. And when sugar level is within normal limit, I feel to have sugar. Basically, I like sweets a lot. But when I have sweets, then my sugar level rises in next month's blood report. So now I'm completely avoiding the sweets. So what we can understand here, anyone? What is this? Bribing a bag full of sugar to the god and to the family physician. What is this? Okay, we'll see.
Superstitious, sir?
Okay, nice thought. We'll see. Huh? We don't need to hurry. Things will come very slowly, beautifully, and everything will be clear. But stay with me. This is nice thought. Superstitious. Okay. But let me give you one hint. Do you remember the age of patient? And now think. Okay. So she further said that I am okay for the whole month. But when doctor asked to investigate, then this fear starts. I followed diet strictly. Still, if sugar level is increased, then what more should I do? Isn't it a cancer myism wants to keep everything in control? I keep on thinking this day and night. Patanjali said that pranayama is the answer of all the illness. I do all sorts of pranayama and asanas. Why my sugar level is always elevated? Even after doing all this. And this worried me a lot. I keep on thinking, what should I eat? What should I do? And I get restless because of all these thoughts. So now what question should we ask to the patient? She is doing a lot and lot of efforts, and in spite of that her sugar level is higher, right? So how does that feels to her? That will give her individuality, her perspective, right? Are you getting why I am asking this question? What is the significance at that particular point? And apart from all these efforts, your sugar level is high. How does that feel to you? This will give her perspective. And she said, I feel bad. Earlier, I used to be happy, enthusiastic, used to enjoy the work. People used to say that I should take a break for a while. How much work you are doing, continuously doing something. But now I don't feel the same. I feel lazy, no desire to work. I have to do the work as just day has come out of compulsion. So I have to do pass this day out of compulsion only. Now what to ask at this stage? What she is saying? She's saying that previously I was like this and now I am like this. So this is a change. And what we need to understand, how is this change for her? Are you with me? So how is that for you? How is that change is for you? Patient said, I feel why I'm not feeling the same energy. I wanted some doctor to say with confidence, no, your disease will be cured. I can cure your disease. And she wants a doctor, someone to assure me. Then yesterday, someone told me about you, and I felt so good, so relaxed. What can we observe here? Hello? He needs assurance. She needs assurance, positive light. Very good. Very good. And we just need to collect all this information, and all this information together will give the remedy. Are you getting the idea about the person, what type of person she is? Very good. Need a surety. Very good. So who will need a surety? So we need to consider every information in context with the whole case. Whatever she had mentioned so far, low confidence person. Okay, we can think more. If it has repeated, it's something like this has we have already heard. Okay, we'll do that. Previously, my heart was not ready to accept that. I have diabetes. I started accepting it. But if sugar levels are raised, then I get worried. There are a lot of complications, no, from diabetes. To avoid all those complications, I am following all these restrictions. This worry feel like pressure to me, constant fear. I feel unsafe. I want someone, especially my husband, with me at that time. So what is important word here? What is out of the context? What is not related to diabetes? Can you point out? Very good, Dr. Ravinder. Very good. Unsafe. And what to do with this unsafe now? Exactly, unsafe. See how easy it is. How easy it is. Yeah, she need husband. Why? Because she feels unsafe, right? So
Sir,
whatever
need
she,
support.
sorry,
Need support, sir.
yes, yes. But why she needs support? Why she needs her husband? It is because she's perceiving herself as unsafe. No. So what is her perception? Is unsafe. And now what to do with this unsafe? So ask more about this unsafe, especially if you can detach person from context from that. So our next question should be, tell me more about unsafe, unrelated to you, unrelated to whatever you have said, unrelated to context. So in that way, we are detaching the person, the sensation, and we want to generalize that sensation. No, we don't want it to be just local sensation. So in general, what is unsafe for her? And she explained, if people around you are not good, then you feel unsafe. If there are some robbers and thieves, or if parents or any responsible person is not at home, or if you are traveling alone by train, then you feel unsafe there. So what is the rubric here? What can we understand? What can we observe here? Exactly. See, so clearly things are there. Not out of interpretation, but the exact words of the patient. And what are these exact words? That I see there are robbers and thieves around. And we know this rubric in repertory, right? Now she explained about unsafe. But what we need to do now, how she feels that unsafe. What is her perception of the unsafe? So this was our next question. And how does that unsafe feels to you? Especially on your body. We want the sensation of unsafe. Are you getting this? And sensation is not just the emotional or mental. Sensation is present at the same time on mind and body. So she said that I feel palpitations, dryness of throat, disinterest, don't feel like doing anything, moving about here and there, sleeplessness, loss of appetite, want to be alone. I feel comfortable and uncomfortable and uneasy, and I get palpitations. I don't want to talk to them. I like to be in my own world. So I want to be in my own world. What is repeating here? What is important in this slide? Okay. Try to observe what is repeating. Okay, we will go ahead and that will come again. Oh, okay. But just don't forget the information she has mentioned. Okay. For example, I like to teach maths. When I do that, there are no thoughts of fear. That is heaven for me. Students sitting all around. I'm at the center. And I used to teach them on the slate, even though blackboard was there, to maintain closeness with them. There were no fear at that time. When I be in closeness with them, there is no fear, except while going out of home. And but when I go out of home, then this fear started. Such things never happen at home. All my time would pass in teaching at home. It was like heaven for me. So, in my understanding, we have enough information till now. And now we want to go in another area of our life. So, I asked, what causes you stress? What are your stress factors? She said, I have stress about sickness only. I have fear of death. That's why I want husband near me when I am sick, so that he could take me to the hospital immediately. So she wants her husband. Why? Because husband will take her to the hospital. What this indicates? How does this fear feels to you? I get palpitation. Then I go to the family doctor. He talks with me, check my BP, and says that everything is okay and I feel better. Just by assuring, she feels okay. But what is he repeating here? Palpitation. Very good. So palpitation is repeating, and the palpitation is not just physical, but it is the whole experience of her situation. In every situation, she feels this anxiety or any emotion, and that causes palpitation. So we want a remedy which has this palpitation. We cannot neglect this. Are you getting me? Okay. So what dreams you? So this fear of disease and these are at emotional level, right? But what is her experience of this fear, this anxiety is the palpitation. Are you getting? That's why palpitation is more important than any of the fear. Because I don't think any one of us likes disease. But what that fear of disease causes to us is important. To go into the depth, we can consider it for rubrics. But if we want to understand a person, that individuality, then we need to go stepwise into the depth of perception of patient. So next we asked, what are the dreams you get at night? And she said, I used to get this dream very frequently in childhood. I'm standing on a cliff. Below there is a huge water body, and I fell down and I died. And I used to wake up frightened. But when I saw that I'm alive, I used to feel very happy. Now, what is this? Because dreams are very important at delusion level, very near to sensation. Need to understand what is this. But don't forget in context with whatever she said previously. Are you getting me? This is very easy. We just need to observe things and we just need to collect the things as it is, and it will give meaning at the end. We just don't need to interpret anything. But when she said that I want my husband with me, I don't want to be alone, my husband should be with me, I don't want to go out of home. When I feel that I'm alive, I get so happy. Oh my God, thank God, I'm alive. She's so happy, celebrating. 63 years old women. Are you getting? Are you thinking like this? Okay. Is she like an elder person or is she like a child? Is she very independent or is she like a very clingy? What type of person she is? Who will do this? Oh, I'm alive. Thank God. So happy. Yes, very good. So in my understanding, this is childish behavior. Nothing else. We don't need to think much more. And second dream is beggars have kidnapped me when I am alone at home. In my childhood, I used to fear these beggars. They will take me away from my parents. How will he keep me? So what is her concern? That these beggars will take me out of the house and how will he keep me? There is no theme of violence. But she wants to be in home, safety of the home. She is anxious for her health, disease, and what all this indicates. Can you think of any superclass? Very good. This is for superclass. Wants routine, wants home. Everything should be like this. Don't want any change. And immediately after marriage, she mentioned this very interesting uh, incidents that immediately after marriage, my husband and I were traveling by train. And that was my first train journey. I didn't know that we can go from one compartment to another, especially when train is moving. On one station, my husband got down to bring something. The train started, but he didn't come even after 10 minutes. And I started crying, thinking he doesn't like me. So he abandoned me in the train. Can an elder person do this? This is childish behavior. No? I was thinking, how will I return home? I have no money. So what are the words? Home, money. I will go get down on next station and go to the police. So police is very important theme of fourth superclass because they provide safety. People around were laughing at me. Probably they understood what happened. And husband returned after 10 minutes from another compartment. And a great sigh of relief. Then I become so happy I cannot express in words. What are your fears? I ask. So basically, I am cold since childhood. When husband or children return late, then I get frightened. So again, she is talking about family. Now it has decreased because of habit. Habits are generally fourth superclass. Routine, same. I have fear of doctors, big hospitals, and those serious faces of doctors, and those big instruments. So now she completed the information why she don't like hospitals because of those serious faces of doctors and those big instruments. What is the rubric here? Now I have fear of diabetes. I fear looking down from high places of water if big wave is coming. Fear of snake and tiger. So what are your hobbies? I like to teach. I like to keep home neat and clean. I like cleanliness too much. In childhood, I used to clean and swipe whole house so that when mother will return, she would appreciate me. Very good. Fear of injection. So this is the case. And I'm very sure that all of you can point out to right medicine. What we want in case. Okay, before that, let's see follow-up. So first month follow-up was her confidence increased even in first month itself. Fears decreased, feels too active and talk to people, interest in surrounding is increasing and coming back. Pain need decreasing after medicine, feeling fresh, energy increasing, needs some time to accept people as they are. And my original nature is returning. So this is very, very important sentence for me in this first month follow-up. My original nature is returning. Something happening deep within. It is not just a superficial change that only sugar level came down. No, but something deep is happening. Second month follow. Previously, continuous fear was there. Now it is almost absent. Confidence increased, palpitation decreased, enthusiasm for work decreased. Can experience positive change in my own nature. Now I can sleep alone. Previously could not. Knee pain decreased much. There is stability in my thoughts now. So motivated. Now it's time to do analysis. And to avoid to miss any information in a given case, what we do analysis by five finger method. And which are these five fingers are: first finger is superclass, second finger is kingdom, third finger is miasm, fourth finger is characteristic, and fifth finger is keynote. So let's add all the information. Which is the superclass? She's talking about home, she's talking about safety, she's talking about everything should be as it is. So this is fourth superclass, very true. Then what may be the kingdom? Very nice, very nice. There is no theme of you versus me. And what she is sensitive for? She's sensitive for her ability to control everything. So she is talking about ability. I cannot do this. I am not able to. I am unable to. And when I is the problem, then it is mineral kingdom. Very true. See, all of you knows the remedy. Then miasm, which is the miasm? Cancer miasm. Very good. So we want remedy which belongs to fourth superclass mineral kingdom. That's why fourth row of periodic table of cancer miasm. And this information may mislead you. And that's why fourth and fifth finger is very important. Fourth finger is of characteristic symptoms. And which are they? Characteristic symptoms are all the rubrics, right? And keynote. What is the keynote of the case? Is palpitation. We cannot miss this. We may mislead to arsenic, but try to think what is missing. Is arsenic clingy? Is arsenic childish? So there are two poles of personality. One is very clingy, dependent, fears the whole big hospitals and instruments. Very good, Dr. Anita. Restlessness, palpitation, halchil. And another pole that perceive things like there are thieves around me, like arsenic. So we want a salt from fourth row of periodic table, right? Which is of Cancer Miser, which will have all the rubrics. So what do we have here? We have these rubrics of arsenic, mind, fear strangers of, fear of impending death, desire for sweet, delusion, thieves and robbers around in the house, delusion, thieves and robber are robbing, anxiety about health, fear of death, fear of disease, fastidious, and anticipation elements from insecurity, clinging, carried desire to be. This is one part. But what is the other part? And that other part is fear of pin, pointed needles, fear of stranger, desire for sweet, fear of disease, fear of death, fear of operation, fear anticipation before going to physician or dentist, magnetized desire to be, and clinging. And this gives calcaria. And these are the exact rubric of calcaria R's. Company desire for palpitation from least emotion. This is the keynote of the case. Anxiety about future, anxiety about health, palpitation after slight emotion, sensitive, sleep disturbed, and desire for sweets. So that's why we prescribed her Calcarea Rs 200. And we can observe lot of positive changes there. So what is the takeaway point? That we need to understand the person. We need to understand the person, that individual, and how to do this by understanding the perspective of the person. Not just the fear, but what is the effect of that fear upon that person. This will give the perspective, the sensation. And second, we should not miss any information. Everything should match. If superficially we will see the case, it may look like arsenic, but what is missing is the clingy part, the childish part of the arsenic case, sorry. And arsenic is not covering that. That's why it can be something different, something more than arsenic. And that should alert you that we need to think something more, something beyond the arsenic. And when we put all the characteristic symptoms, that will give you the idea, the keynote. That will give you the idea what exact medicine is this. And when we select the medicine on the basis of this holistic and individualistic approach, that will make difference, my friends, in people's lives, not just help them with superficial symptoms, not just with relieving pain or some local symptom. It was Calcaria Rs, Dr. G. We prescribed Calcaria Rs 200 because there is strong presence of indication of arsenic as well as Calcaria. And also individual symptoms of Calcaria Rs. What is the keynote of Calcaria Rs? Is any slightest emotion causes palpitation. This is the keynote of Calcaria Rs. That's how we can differentiate this from calcaria or arsenic. This is not present in either calcaria nor in arsenic. But the exact combination, calcaria ars, only produces palpitation after least emotion. So this is all from my side. If you have any questions, I will be happy to answer. Okay, how to differentiate Kali ars with calcaria? I don't know, because all the rubrics are indicating towards calcareas. So why would I think of Kaliars? Because thinking will give two interpretations. and I don't want to interpret anything in my analysis. Kalkiria asked 200 be prescribed. Why? Because she had dreams in childhood, but now what are prominent are her fears. She is more at emotional level. Yes, Dr. Anita, this is what I'm trying to say. That we can read it with any medicine, but that is out of our interpretation, our idea of that drug picture. But we don't want to do that. And I always say that which is a good analysis is that should have three qualities. First, don't add anything. Take exactly what patient has said. Don't neglect anything. And third, don't interpret anything. And after analysis, when you will ask yourself that I have not added anything, I have not subtracted anything, and I have not interpreted anything, then that is a good analysis. And as I said, this Kalkiria as produces immediate changes in her general state and also in her HbA1c. First time in life, she has very stable HbA1c count now. But don't rush for HbA1c value. It will come. But what we expect after medicine is the change in the state. Yeah, sure. Happily. So these are the rubrics for arsenic. If you can see. Next, these are the indications for Calcarea. But in both the repertorization, we are missing something. Calcarea doesn't cover delusion of thieves, robbers around. And this is final repertorization of Calcarea arts. So when it comes to that group, no need to cover each and every symptom of the case. But Calcarea group is covering a half case, arsenic group is covering the half case. And there are some individual keynote symptoms like slightest anxiety or emotional excitement causes palpitation. So this indicates to specific remedy combination of both of these minerals, calcarea and ars, calcarea ars. So thank you so much, everyone. I hope I could answer all of your questions and queries, and you enjoyed the case. Thank you. Over to you, Dr. Prajakta.
Yeah, thank you, Kamlesh, for sharing such a wonderful case, and it was very nice learning. And basically the salt prescription, no, because at times we in the prescription of salt we need to see the two parallel themes running around. So I think that was a very good case of showing that, and how do we understand what patient is talking and how do we analyze that. I think it was a very, very nice presentation and the result, right? And the repertorial totality. So the idea where, Dr. Chanda, Dr. Kamlesh, or we're trying to see that how you can see patient from all the aspects and what is the important theme that we are seeing. What is it which is very sure, which is very central, which is very peculiar in the case, and how do we analyze that, right? So good. Nice. So now I'll share a very quick short case, okay, considering the time. And this case has helped me a lot in terms of my understanding of the plant chart, and this plus, taking into consideration the sensation which were there in the case, and how do we understand from the repertorial aspect. So all that, I think this case has has helped me to see that. And in the upcoming course of our basic course, we are going to do that, right? The classical understanding, the provings, and all of that material which is there, how we can integrate with its contemporary methods, right? That we're trying to learn that. Okay, so I'll just share my screen. It's a case of a menopausal syndrome and the arthritis. Okay, so 48-year-old female, she mainly came up with a menopausal syndrome. Like she had depression, she had very negative thoughts, she was unable to, kind of do a lot of things which she was able to do it before. Her the energy levels has gone drastically down. Along with that, she had multiple joint pains. So a lot of arthritic symptoms, and those were aggravated by motion. She was kind of getting, being at home was something affecting her. Then she also had a fibroid complaints and a irregular menses, right? So when we started the case, I asked her that what is bothering you the most, So you tell me that whatever the patient picks up, what is sensitivity or what is their main concern. So she started talking about her joint pains. She said, all my movements are frozen in this extreme cold weather. So this was around COVID time, and there was the during November time, and he said because of this extreme cold, my movements are frozen. I'm unable. What is her main concern was, I'm unable to move out of the house, which is very, very frustrating. And I was taking all the covering. I was covering with my clothes, socks, and everything, except but that I was not feeling like moving at all. I was feeling very cold. These movements were frozen, and I was unable to move like that. And my sensitivity to cold also kind of increased. And she had a major spine surgery, okay, few years back due to relapse and nerve compression on the right side. And she was operated for that, but still she feels a lot of this numbness on the right side, huh? And a tingling numbness kind of a feeling. Then she also mentioned that her menses 6 months back, she's not yet got it. She went to gynecologist, took a lot of medicines, and nothing is helping her. And she said, I gained a lot of weight. And because of fibroid also, when I get periods, they're very painful. And my flow is also very, very heavy. Okay. So what do we understand here in this? She's just explaining her the chief complaint. But there are something very important word that you need to kind of look for it and keep in your mind. Okay. And we see what comes up. So you see, she says, all my movements are frozen. Her concern is that I'm unable to move out of the house, right? Let's go ahead. And she said that since COVID, everybody is at home, and so her daughter, her son, the husband is also working from home. And she said, and because of that, and I was also at home because of my complaints also. So she felt that I used to feel as if I'm tied. She used this word that bandhlyasarkha hota. Okay? So with this physical complaint also, when I asking a little bit more, she says she's giving you some delusion as if. When you said as if, it means it giving some picture, the false perception, what we understand as a delusion concept, right? As if I'm tied. I'm doing everything for everyone in the house, but I don't have time for myself. I'm working so much. And then we ask them, what do you feel? You don't feel free. So that is a sensitivity, the sensitivity that she doesn't feel free, and the delusion as if she is tied. Okay, this become very important. And in the previous slide, what we know that she feels her movements are frozen, the joints are frozen, and she is unable to go out. Right? This become very important part of what she spoke right now. And everybody is, occupied in the each room of the house with something or other which is happening. Then we asked, okay, what is your experience? Okay, to be in this situation, she said about the physical complaint, about the house, this is happening as if she's tied. Because this is at level, if I take her little deeper, I'll go one more step down to understand her own experience, like how Dr. Kamlesh or Dr. Chanda was saying, what is the peculiar experience of that particular individual? We need to find out that. So we asked her, she said, frustrating. I've been in so much of pain. Everything is kind of, piling up. And from there, she goes into to explain me. She's giving another example. She said, my husband, he lost the job in 2020. And my family suffered a very huge loss of almost 2 CR in 2017. And so that is one stress. He still had a job, so somehow we are managing financially. But my daughter is also very stubborn. She will kind of throw her tantrums. And my husband, he is not concerned of it at all. And it is very difficult for me to adjust with these young generation people, doctor. They don't realize that I am suffering. So her main focus is there is nobody who can know me that I am suffering in this, and nobody even comes to help me, right? So it is what is her experience? All these situations are adding up her frustration, right? And then what is her feeling? That I am feeling too tied up in this situation. Again, that feeling of bandhun ठेवल्यासारखं वाटतं, right? So this feeling of tied up is coming again and again, what we can see. You cannot do anything because you're tied up in this. Then we asked her, okay, now you visualize, because this is coming again. So I asked her to visualize this tide. What comes to your mind? You close your eyes and just focus on this part as if you are tied. And tell us what comes into your visualization. Because why I'm doing this? Because to disconnect her, because when I'm asking her experience, she is going into situations and then giving me the same feeling or delusion as if she is tied. But she's not going deeper, right? So I asked her not just to disconnect herself and visualize this, that as if you're tied. Then what comes up? You tell us. So she says that when I see that I'm tied up in something from which I'm unable to come out of it. As if I'm sitting on the chair and I'm tied up with this rope and I'm unable to get out of it. Okay, so this is something very, very important and a deeper experience where she gave her the visuals, she has an imagination, and something important and deeper, what is her dynamic level is to come out of it. So we asked her, what is your experience at that time? Because this is one more deeper level and where we can get the central theme of her individual pattern. She says, I feel very suffocated. I'm unable to come out of this. I feel obstructed when I'm in this situation. And then we went deeper, and she said, I feel suffocated on my entire body, and I just want to come out of this. And it went a lot deeper. So this was a whole process. It was not just, small. It took her some time and took her little deeper, and so that she can go smoothly into it. And then we asked her, okay, once we knew that, she's not going further from there, then we asked her, what is the exact opposite feeling of this? Because that will be the opposite experience that she wants when she's suffocated or when she's obstructed. She says, I feel very free, relaxed, as if I'm escaping, as if I'm breaking the ties. And I feel very good. I don't feel that suffocation anymore, right? So this is from the chief complaint. We went deeper and to understand this is the very, very central and the very deeper pattern with what she has, right? Now, he said, okay, tell more about you. She said 2017, they really had a bad time for financially and as well as for her health. Okay. And she said, my relationship with my husband is also, not was not good at that time. He would blame me everything for that. It is happening because of you, something like that, that it was not going very well. Then that husband was in some partnership business, so the partner started asking some money. Okay. And the money which he was not involved in also, so he got betrayed or cheated by somebody, his friend, and then he had to give that money to him, give the complaints and all of that. But then, it is not just happening, and I was so frustrated. Then I asked her, what is your experience at that time? That she said, but I don't, I don't sit and cry. So you see how she copes up, right? She said, I don't sit and cry. Nobody is listening to me, but I don't sit and cry. I used to get very angry, and irritable. And I used to feel as if I am stuck in the situation where there is no way of coming out. Right? So again, another situation, what it is showing us, if you can write on the chat, what is coming again and what is very important, which is coming here. Stuck, not moving, yes. Which is stuck, yes. Very good. So we are seeing some similar sensation words, similar kind of experience, which is coming again and again, right? Then, so these were two things, those situations which we explored. Then I asked her, okay, so this is a way of zooming out. Now we took one chief complaint and one situation, we go deeper, deeper, deeper to understand the central pattern, what is coming up, and we got something, we keep a note of it. Now we zoom out to see what kind of a person he is, or what is the nature of the person. Now this gives us a very broad understanding and which help us to know about our kingdoms, their personality, about their in general built up from childhood to now how they are. It's a very important question. He said, I have always been obese, but was very active. Okay. I like exercising and dancing. I'm an introverted type of person. I don't open up easily, but if I have to talk, then I will, can talk also very nicely. And I'm very caring type of nature I have. And there are instances, where people have kind of betrayed me or anything, but I forgive them also. In my family, like in the husband's family, he said ours was a love marriage, and both the families were against our marriage. And in-laws were not treating me very well. They used to pick something to fight with me. They used to taunt me. They used to pick some fights with me, right? So again, now this is a common scenario, no? It can happen. typical love marriage, or if families are against. But what is her experience? Again, you have to go wherever there is a chance and situation. You need to understand if what is this, why this frustration, this anger is coming from where. So what is your feeling at that time? She said, घुसमटल्यासारखं वाटतंय. It is same. Again, she is saying that I feel suffocated. I felt suffocated at time. And then we asked them, what is this suffocation? Let's understand that. She said, as if I feel as if I've tied us, and then there is no place or there is no space where I can breathe. Then when you go deeper at it, what is your experience at that level? It's just suffocation. You feel, and I want to come out of it. And again, when I ask her, okay, what is the opposite experience of this? Is to feel free, release, break it. Okay. And nothing that I can think of. And she laughs, So sometimes it becomes for patients also very, very illogical thing, because it is not connected to their human mind, right? It's something beyond that, which is something deeper than our logical mind who can understand. So again coming up the same thing. Are you able to notice that? Are you all with me till now? You can write on the chat box. Any questions here? Okay, apart from Anita and Kaushalya, everybody is with me to understand from here. Okay, very good. Yes, so let's go ahead with this. Then I asked her, okay, talk about your fears. She says, I have a fear that something is collapsing me on during the earthquake and natural calamities, and I feel I'll not be able to breathe, and where there will be no one to hear you. You might die of it. Okay. As if some buildings are falling, as if something will fall, and then people, kind of get caught there in that kind of a natural calamity situation. I'm very scared of that. Again, if you go deeper, just fears. So there are objective fears, but if in the fears also, what is the behind those fears? What is the underlying, experience below that fear is also important. She said, I feel suffocated at that time. Water, I cannot go in the swimming pool, right? So that also I cannot do. What are your dreams? She said, I get a dream that I'm stuck under a slab and I'm unable to breathe. I'm just stuck down there. And there is no one around me. There is no one who can hear me. I'm talking and asking somebody for help, and nothing is, nobody is there. Nobody is helping me. And what is her experience? That there is very less of oxygen. I'm unable to breathe. So you see the suffocation, this, stuck suffocation is coming again and again and again everywhere. It becomes very important aspect of this case, which came in the chief complaint, it came in the fears, dreams, everywhere, right? So we see tied, bound, okay, stuck, free, breaking free. What is her dynamic response is to come out of this situation, of this kind of a tied feeling, right? So we saw that in physical complaint. During COVID also we that in the situation. In the current situation, we saw that, right? In the past situation is also saw that in the business it happened like that. Plus with the mother-in-law situation also like that. And the fears and the dreams also kind of supported it. So all that, when you see this running through and through the case, again and again, it becomes very, very important. That is the global, central, deepest pattern of it. What we're talking about, the central thing or a peculiar pattern, right? So that becomes very, very important. And how do we understand this? How do we understand this in terms of the superclass, in terms of the family? What is the important aspect here? Which family you can think about, because when you see more, do you see any mineral kingdom themes here? Do you see at a level of sensation? Do you see any animal kingdom here? Or do you see more of a sensitivity and reactivity? And especially when we see such kind of a cases where there are two polarities of one sensation and the other is the opposite exact sensation, it gives a hint of the plant kingdom, right? So we are looking at here with the sensation of tied, untied, bound, unbound, and active reaction is to break free. So this is, we are coming to a family U4BAC, right? You all know about U4BAC and the sensation of it. If anybody can write down in the chat. Yes. Okay. And this belongs to superclass. What superclass? If you know the ideas or the concept of superclass, it belongs to the fifth superclass, where the whole dynamic, like Dr. Kamlesh spoke about superclass 4, where there is the maintenance, they want the stability, security, the home, the family, right? They don't want, they want to have that kind of a safe space, does not want to go out of this comfort zone. But what we see here is that she wants to come out of it. She feels so suffocated, right? The inside it aggravates a lot. And breaking free, coming out, letting go. And it supports with her hobbies of dancing, exercising, being active into the idea of superclass 5. And superclass 5 has family in plant kingdoms U4BSC, one of it. Okay. And now we have to find out a remedy, right? How we can, yes, very right, Kinnari. So, but in U4BSC, which remedy that we want to give it to her, right? This is my process, the thinking process during the case taking happening, right? This is how we understand. And then we find out what remedy that we want to give. Okay. So let's go further. Then she mentioned something very, very interesting. She said we were staying in a rented flat. Okay. And it was earlier owned by some Muslim family. Okay. And after we staying there, you know, if staying there, what I realized that I got some power or some intuitive kind of a thoughts that if somebody is going to, you know, kind of die or something bad is going to happen, I used to come to know about it. It was there with me in the beginning, like with me from childhood, but then it got aggravated or exaggerated when we started staying there. Then when I used to wake up in that particular house, I used to feel there is a strong odor, very bad odor of toilet or something bad was used to come every day in the morning. And then I started, you know, looking for the anything in the house, if there is anything bad or anything. Nothing was there. I couldn't find out. And whenever this smell will come, I will get a call from my relative or somebody that somebody is passed away. And I constantly used to get these kind of a thought that what is happening to me? What is happening to me? And I used to feel there is something in this house. And I used to feel that I will go mad and crazy. In a day, when even if I've slept properly, when I wake up, I used to still feel very drowsy during that work. And then I felt something is wrong with me in that house. Something is kind of, you know, making me feel that, or some energy, or some kind of a, a spirit like something which is kind of making me feel that. And I was almost, always into be a dull state or a drowsy state all throughout. Then once during that time when we had gone for our trip traveling to Ajmer Sharif, and I went into that shrine inside and I really felt very nice. But at that time, I constantly felt that, somebody is looking at me, somebody is seeing me, somebody is keeping a watch on me. And I went into the shrine and I kind of, go down to kind of take the blessings. I felt that somebody from behind is kind of pressing me down, that I should not get up, I should not get up. And I didn't see anybody. Like, I didn't see, because somebody was pressing me from behind, but I didn't see anybody over there. And I thought like some power is there which is kind of, pressing me. And I was very scared. And what was the experience? I was breathless. I couldn't get up. And I did a lot of effort and then kind of, came out of it. And my husband said, nothing. What were you doing for so long over there? So that was one of the very important aspects she said. And she also said this has happened to me in the childhood also. That in my village, I used to feel as if I'm possessed by a god, by a ghost or some spirit. And I was very, very depressed at time. I didn't have any interest in work and I used to just roam. And a lot of abdominal complaint that I used to have, which were never diagnosed. So this was a very important part of it, as if she's being possessed, as if she has some bad evil eye, or constantly this fear of going crazy, and the depressive thoughts, some supernatural powers. So now we have to understand that from Euphorbiaceae family, from the superclass 5, what we understand, what is that remedy that we are looking at with this? Plus this kind of, matched up with the dreams, which were violent dreams, where there was blood everywhere, that body parts were cutting. There were dirty toilets with the stools, and she had snakes in the dream, right? So this was a total understanding or the information that we got from the patient, right? So we are looking for this remedy with being possessed, fear of evil spirits, and fear of insanity. So we are covering the sensation, we are covering the family, we are covering the super class, and now we are looking for the repertory, right? So we see the delusion being possessed, fear of evil, insanity of losing his reason, dreams of snakes, fear of suffocation, and we cannot forget the chief complaint, right? So her arthritis, stiffness, constriction as if string. You see, the remedy, somebody said very rightly, Mancinella, which is coming, the first remedy, which is covering, right? Can you, at this level, feel that we can give her any remedy except Mancinella? When we know, when you go at a deeper level and you find out. So I was very, very, very sure to give her Mancinella. So I gave her Mancinella 1M, which was followed by LM, okay, 0/8, because for chronic progressive complaints. Okay, right? So we see Mancinella, Euphorbiaceae family, from the plant kingdom, and Rosy Day. It is the 5th subclass. Dr. Chanda was talking about it. Yes, I'll come to it. I've not finished yet. Okay. And the follow-up, which was very, very, very good in terms of her arthritis, in terms of her period. She got her periods back on in 6 months down the time, and numbness, tingling, and that constricted feeling. She was feeling much better with that. Then also feeling with the mood, her mood levels, the imbalance, it kind of improved a lot. And then we slowly taper on the medicines. She did really very well, right? So we really understand how you take some, patient at a deeper level and then find out the central thread, but also how to zoom out and see, to find out, to refine our prescription. So this, we are going to do that everything in our upcoming course of basic course of contemporary homeopathy, where you learn the remedy from all the aspects. Okay, so U4 BAC, we know that the common sensation is of this hidebound, croton tick, it belongs to that family. And if you know the skin of the croton tick, right, hidebound, as if such a dry house, hidebound type of a skin. The main sensation is of being tied and bound. So gripping, grasping, and clawing type of a pain. And that present in everywhere, not only in croton tick, but in every remedy with different kind of in croton tick, it will be mainly at the skin level. And the mancinella, it will be as if the brain is bounded up, right? And what is their opposite, their active reaction is to become free, release, breaking that bondage, running, escape. Okay. From PEM perspective, if we see, it is in the 5th subclass, roseates, we see in the early childhood. Okay. Along with malpighials and violins. How do we differentiate that? We are going to learn that with the remedies. So main theme of column 5 are more of masculine quality. More of me, she's talking more about her, say that what I can get better. I can get the most. Right? So masculine character, the anger that she had. And the work, ambition, criticism, fanatism, dogmatic religion, rules, right and wrong, plus the limbs and joint affection. They all kind coincide with the themes of the case that we have. Okay. So like this, we are going to understand the remedy and the case and our families, along with the whole holistic understanding, with lot of cases and with lot of themes of different families. We are going to study all the families from the sensation method, the basics of our PEM. Dr. Chanda, Kamlesh, me, Dr. Preeti, Dr. Reni, Dr. Jyoti, Dr. Charuan, we have our experience to share. And in the past, our courses, I think it has helped a lot for the practitioners, even if you're a student or a intern or a practitioner with some experience. It will be really, really great to learn, and we'll be very happy to share our experience. Okay, Mansi.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It was a great case and a great learning. I would really request everyone, if you have any questions or uh, any comments, you can put it in the chat box. Also, there is a link if you want to go ahead and know more about the basics of contemporary version 4. There is a link given in the chat box. You can access through it, and there will be the details of the course more. And thank you so much.
Yes, I
all
just
the-
saw, yes, miasm is typhoid miasm, yes, for Mancinella. Yes, Prachi is asking about, yeah, it was more about her work. She was not doing any job, but what was her work? What was her main lookout as her masculine character that we saw, right? Over here.
Mm.
Any other question? Yes.
Mm.
Okay, thank you all for joining us, and I hope it helps all of you. And somebody said my, some stuck case got resolved. I think that is the best experience that we can get from this learning. So yeah, see you all. Thank you for joining. Thank you, Chanda, Dr. Kamlesh. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.